Hey everybody, it's James here from goodguitarist.com, and today I want to talk about the mechanics of strumming. We're basically going to turn our strumming arm into a built-in metronome. The first thing I want you to do is lightly touch the strings so that you can mute them. It gives us a nice muted sound. And we're going to go like this. We're just going down and up. And this is all your arm will ever do when you're strumming. It's just constantly moving down and up with the beat. It doesn't matter if the song's in 4, in 7, in whatever time, no matter what, you're always going to be moving your arm like that. And you might be like, well, it just sounds like a metronome. Like, I want to actually learn strumming patterns. The thing is, your arm is your metronome as you're playing guitar. It will always be that. And the patterns, you just take this and you just start missing. Your arm's constantly moving down and up, but you just miss the strings sometimes, and you get different patterns. In order to practice this, we're just going to do some downstrokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just counting up to 4. And once we're comfortable with that, we can add the upstrokes. See, my arm is already coming up. My arm's constantly going down and up, and it will be doing that forever, for as long as I play guitar. And if we make contact on the upstrokes, it's the same pace. If you look at my elbow right here, whether I'm making contact or if I'm just doing the downstrokes, my arm's moving at the exact same pace. And that's going to keep happening when you play guitar. That's the built-in metronome thing, And when we do this, we can count the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the numbers line up with the downstrokes. 1 and 2 and 3. And then all the upstrokes are ands. The downstrokes should feel a little more prominent, and they just kind of automatically will, just because your arm is going with gravity at that point. Those are the on beats, and then the ands are the off beats. And the on beats are always going to be more prominent than the off beats. Once you get the hang of counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and as you strum, I recommend cutting out the ands and just saying the numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where you should start, being able to constantly do this with a nice sound, by not gripping your pick too hard, nice loose grip, or using a thin pick. And then being able to count all of it, going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and as well as just counting the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that, believe it or not, is the entire foundation for strumming. At this point, all you need to do is occasionally miss the strings on purpose, and you have your individual strumming patterns. So, in other words, behind every strumming pattern, this is the framework. Now, it's easy for me to say, just miss certain strokes and you get your patterns. Obviously, it's a little easier said than done. So let's break that down. Let's figure out how we can miss strokes easily, casually, like without interrupting our rhythm and getting too uptight, because one of the biggest things with rhythm is you want to stay calm, you want to keep it nice and steady, and you got to feel good, and then the song starts to feel good. The song will sound how you feel. If you're nervous, people can hear that you're nervous. It's one of the craziest things about playing music is that you can hear the person, how they feel. That's why some people, they channel that to express themselves on the instrument. Anyways, on each number, there's only 3 things you can do. You can do just a downstroke, you can do a down up, and you can do just an upstroke, which I'll call a miss up, because we're missing the strings on the way down and then going up, and it really helps to say miss. And with those 3 components, you can make any strumming pattern. And just for demonstration, let's use the most common and useful strumming pattern ever: down, down, up, down, up. And let's break it down into the counting. So we have 4 beats. On beat 1, it's just a down. That's one of our components. So down. On beat 2, we have a down up. On beat 3, we have a miss up. And then on beat 4, we have another down up. So we just have those 3 components, and we combine them in a bunch of different ways, and we can literally make any strumming pattern. First, let's say the strokes. We have down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. Those are our 4 components, and I want you to be able to say it. If you can say it, you'll be able to play it. Down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. 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 Now the next step is you tell your hand to do that. Since you memorized how to say it, now you're going to tell your hand what to do. You're going to say down, down, up at your own pace, miss, up, down, up. Just think about it in those 4 components. Down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. And spend the time you need at your own pace to memorize it like that till you can do it roughly in time, going down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down. And you just keep telling your arm to do that. Miss, up, down, up, over and over again. And then instead of saying the pattern, we're going to count. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the biggest takeaway from this lesson, what I want you to leave with is, first of all, you got to get used to moving your arm down and up and just getting in the swing of things, and counting along, tapping your foot without worrying about the chord shapes or any of that other stuff. Just cover up the strings, counting and strumming. Your arm is your built-in metronome, and it's just going to be doing this the whole time, whether you're missing the strings or not. And then when you want to actually make patterns, you just choose when to miss the strings using those 3 components. That's my trick for it. You can either have a down up, or a miss up. Now, you might find strumming patterns like this one that's twice as long. And all that is what we just did times 2. So we count to 4 2 times instead of just counting to 4 once. And then it makes sense. The downstrokes are still the numbers and the upstrokes are the ands. And it might look like this, where the counting is different. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. This is a way to break down each number into 4 beats instead of 2 beats. Now the ones and the ands are the downstrokes, and then the E, those are the upstrokes. So we just kind of went one level deeper. Now, there will be some exceptions to this, but 99.9% of the time, this is how strumming works. Remember, you want to say the pattern first, and then you want to be able to count while doing it. It's not necessary, but if you can get to that point, you'll be able to tap your foot. It'll be a lot easier singing, because trying to count while you're strumming is a lot easier than trying to sing while you're strumming. So you definitely, if that's one of your goals, you definitely want to make it your first goal to be able to count along as you strum these patterns. And when you break it down this way and you slowly go through it at your own pace and build it back up, it's just so much simpler. Anyways, that's all for today. If you want further help, I have a complete beginner's course where there's an entire chapter full of like 30 lessons all about strumming. I have tons of resources. There's my free ebook. I'll put links to all that stuff down below. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.